As we've noted before, AI is evolving exponentially fast, but us humans only think in linear terms. So this chart kind of illustrates it a little bit. The blue line at the bottom is how fast humans would go forwards, if at all. And the red line is the exponential capability growth of AI. So, what's happening in business is you have an exponentially widening gap between what they could be doing with existing technology and what they are doing at the moment. And this is rather unprecedented. Previously in business, you could get a 5-10% productivity advantage. Now you're talking about hundreds of percent as a gap. So this nobody has experience of it. But one of the ways, a coping strategy, which I had from some time ago, this is one of my old slides, was rather than being on the back foot all the time and trying to respond to exponential change, which is very stressful because you have your business plans and every day you're being buffeted around by new things coming along and you're trying to adjust to them, which is difficult. So, what I said already some time ago was look, just fantasize into the future. If AI and robots could do anything at all from your business, what would that look like? Now, hold that fantasy, and then when the technology catches up with that fantasy, you already know what to do with it. So I've put this into what's called the future backward strategy. So the green box on the right hand side there, that is that vision from the previous picture. And time progresses, along towards that, but you work backwards from there. So you say, look, okay, if I'm going to divide all of those tasks that I wanted the AI to do in marketing, human resources, operations, whatever, and I look at its capability now and implement that now. And by capability, I mean what can it do easily at the moment. So if you just take off the shelf generative AI into an intelligent workflow with something like a simple agent that just takes minutes to build, what can it do now? I would advise generally against big technology builds because in exponential change, by the time you've finished building something, it would have been available for free off the shelf and better anyway. So if it's not easy to do, don't do it. So you're going backwards from your desired outcome and you're putting in place agents now that are easy to do. But you also have within that a future strategy. So when, for example, Manus 2 comes out, and you can imagine what its capabilities would be, then you know what to do with it straight off. So you'd be one of the first companies out there implementing the new technology because you're not wasting time wondering what to do with it. It's already part of your future backward plan. So you're waiting for that capability and you'd bring it to market fastest. You'd have the quickest cost savings, you'd have the best efficiency gains, you'd have the quickest innovation in your sector. So this is why you would do it. Now, there are, I suppose, limitations to this. So in that future vision, if everything's automated, then everything's automated, isn't it? So you can't go further than full automation. And that will be achieved, I think, fairly soon. You're looking at 2-3 years off that. But then innovation always continues, doesn't it? So you've freed your time up from a lot of the drudge work in your office by automating it, giving it to the AI. But that allows you to do new things, entirely new products, service offerings that are unimaginable without AI. And I think that innovation will always continue. So that doesn't stop. But some people are already talking about something called a singularity sprint. I heard this words for the first time quite recently. So it's saying that within about between a few years time, maybe up to about 5 years, that AI on its present rate of exponential development will be at a stage in maybe 5 years time where it is controlling most things in terms of innovation, automation, even business strategy. And therefore, it becomes very difficult for companies to differentiate themselves competitively if everybody has access to this. So then we get the singularity sprint. So the concept of this is companies have 5 years to cash in on the AI productivity gains within their sector before that no longer becomes possible, before automation saturates every domain and first mover advantages largely vanish. It does add, I suppose, some fire under us to make us get a move on, at least with the first stages of realizing that AI efficiency gains. I would still say that there will always be some innovation, some human to human value in a business context that people will still be needed for. But combine all of these together, the future backward strategy is really useful psychologically for handling exponential change in business strategy. And yes, it is quite urgent to get on with.